Okay, let me go ahead and welcome everybody to the FileLinx National Product Training Webinar. We're here at the top of the hour. We're going to give it about 2 more minutes, let the last few stragglers jump on. Maybe people are having trouble logging in. So again, let me welcome everybody to the call or to the webinar, and we'll get the call started in just about 2 minutes. All right, again, let me go ahead and welcome everybody to the FileLinx National Product Training Webinar. We're going to go ahead and get the call started in about 2 more minutes. So thank you for your patience. Okay, again, let me go ahead and welcome everybody to the FileLinx National Product Training Webinar. We're going to get the call started in just over 1 more minute, so thank you for your patience. All right, again, let me go ahead and welcome everybody to the FileLinx National Product Training Webinar. We're going to give it about another 45 seconds or so before we get the call started. So hang tight, and thank you for your patience. Okay, again, let me go ahead and welcome everybody to the FileLinx National Product Training Webinar. We're going to get the call started in about 30 more seconds. Thank you for your patience. All right, guys. Well, it looks like we're, again, just past top of the hour. We gave it a couple more minutes to let the last few folks jump on, get settled in. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. First, let me welcome you guys. Thank you for joining me for the GlobalLinx, or the FileLinx Product Training Webinar. As you see on your screen there, my name is Jason Craw. I'm a Senior Product Developer here with GlobalLinx. And today we're going to be talking about our GlobalLinx residential product. So again, guys, thanks for taking time out of your schedules. Hopefully you're enjoying your summer, having a fun, productive time. Let's go through a quick training tonight. I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible. And we'll go through a training tonight, hopefully help you grow your business even more. All right, so again, let's jump right into it. Here's a quick agenda of what we're going to be covering. We'll talk about GlobalLinx, generically what it is or what we are, who we are I should say. Some real quick VoIP basics. We'll talk about our equipment that we use, our calling plans, some of our premium features. We'll look at our control panel, which is our web interface for customers to change their accounts and update their accounts. We'll do some quick GlobalLinx versus the competition, what else is out there. We'll give you some quick updates, and then give you the avenue to get some of those questions answered. All right? So with that, about GlobalLinx, well, people ask who we are. For anybody that doesn't know, we're a premier VoIP service provider. We work in the residential space, which is what we'll be talking about tonight. We also work in commercial and enterprise. Our network on the back end runs on the BroadSoft, what they call BroadWorks platform. It's it's the Bentley, if you will, of vehicles or of platforms. So we've got the best of the best behind us and supporting us. Our network is what we call geo-redundant, which means if for some reason, let's say our switch was to go down in New York, for example, let's say there with Hurricane Sandy a while ago, or power outage, whatever it may be, something terrible happens there, we've got a whole other network, different area that we can switch over to, so our customers and network will never be down for disaster type problems, something that was to happen there. We've got a great call center here, and they really do a great job. They've won some awards recently, a Gold Stevie Award, which I think was for a top call center. So that's fantastic, and really just lets you know you've got a great support. If you ever do have a problem or just questions, you've got great support on the back end to answer your questions and get you back up and going. So some VoIP basics. Well, people ask, what is VoIP? It sounds kind of funny. It's an acronym for Voice over Internet Protocol. Simply what that means, it's phone service. That's the voice part. and it comes to you over the internet, or IP, Internet Protocol. So we basically deliver, rather than using your copper phone lines that come into your home and have for 100 plus years, rather than using those lines to deliver phone service to you, we actually deliver your phone service to you over an internet connection, a high-speed or broadband internet connection. Typically you're looking at cable internet, DSL. It can also work via cellular data connection as well. So again, it sounds funny, VoIP, it's simply put, it's phone service that comes to your house over an internet connection versus the standard old copper phone lines. Some VoIP basics, why do people switch to Global Links? Well, they're going to reduce their phone bill. We'll talk about the plans in a couple minutes and how we can save your customers, or you and your customers, some money. We've got a lot of enhanced features and functionality, more calling areas without the additional fees, very, very low international rates. You can communicate with friends and family, literally state to state around the world for less than probably what you're paying today. There's phone mobility. You can take our service anywhere you want to, again, because it works over the internet and isn't tied to your copper phone line coming to your home. You can take our service anywhere you want to in the world, plug it in, give it internet and power, and you're off and running. So it's very mobile. Take it wherever you want to. Also, we do offer some video services, or some video devices, if you will, which we'll talk about. So not only can you see them, or not only can you hear the person you're talking to, you can actually see them as well, which is very, very powerful. So a little while ago, and I'm guessing maybe 6 months, 9 months ago, we really wanted to refocus kind of what we were selling, what we were marketing, and really make it easier for you as a 5LINX representative to be more successful. Okay, so we kind of got rid of some of the fluff, if you will, and we really just made our DTA, which is our home phone replacement device, a little black box. We'll show you in a couple seconds here. Make that the focal point of our product offering. We have our GMV, which is our Global Links mobile video applications, and our GSP10, which is a soft client or a program that runs on a computer. We pretty much take those out of the mix. We still have them. They're on the back end. They're bundled in, and we'll talk about that as well. But kind of get that out of the way. We realized that a lot of reps were having problems selling those products, and it's kind of a tough sell with some of the free services out there. So we heard that feedback. We took it in, internalized it, and decided to make our offer much more simpler and really help you, again, be more successful. So what we've done is we've made the DTA, our home phone, our really the focal point of our Global Links product. Got rid of the other two, or kind of pushed them to the side for now. And at the end of the day, you come out on the other end with a much more focused message to your customers, because we bundle the other video apps in there for no additional fee. It actually just gives them a bigger benefit and more value in the Global Links product. All right, so some exciting stuff going on there. So hopefully I didn't talk too out of turn there with the GMV and GSP10. But let me jump into kind of what I was talking about and the different pieces of equipment that we use. So there's really three of them you're going to see here. There's our Grandstream HT701, which is our DTA, it's our home phone replacement. There's our Global Links GSP10, which is a soft client, or again a software application that works as a phone from your computer. And we also have our GMV, or our Global Links mobile video applications, which work on Apple and Android devices. So with that, here's our 701. It's our DTA. This is which stands for digital telephone adapter, by the way. This is our home phone replacement. So this is what we're leading with. Just keep it simple. If someone wants to save money on their home phone bill, they're paying $50, $70, whatever dollars per month. This is the product we would offer them to save them money. Again, very, very simple device. There's one telephone port on the back. It works great, especially with the cordless handsets or the expandable base handsets. Very, very simple, easy to use. Also, it's newer. It's lower cost than our previous models. It's only $14.95. So the equipment you would need to power your house with home phone service is a one-time fee for the equipment, $14.95. Now on this screen here, you can see the back. On the image at the bottom there, you can see the back of the device. There's basically 3 ports on the back. Very, very simple to use. You're going to put internet into one, a phone into another, and the power cord into the third. So again, very, very simple, quick and easy setup. 5 minutes or less, you should be up and running with this, no problem. We give you all the cords you need. I mean, you pretty much need your home phone, power, and internet, somewhere there close to where you're going to put the DTA. But very, very simple setup. Again, we give you beautiful, I think it's tricolor, multicolored instructions, a big kind of guide to walk you through it. Very, very simple. Like I said, within a couple minutes, up and running, shouldn't be a problem. If you do have other devices in your home, many people have obviously computers, maybe routers, some other devices in the home, other items connected or devices connected to the internet. With this device, you will need a router if you're to connect any other device to the internet. Now, most people have routers now because they've got multiple computers. Maybe they want to go Wi-Fi or wireless in the house. So if that's the case, if you're going to connect anything else to your internet other than this DTA, you will need a router. Okay, again, not a big deal. Most people have one already, but just want to pass that along. So that's it. I mean, really very, very simple. Yeah, pretty simple setup and piece of equipment. So that's kind of our lead-in. That's our device. We'll talk about plans in a little bit, but we're going to group the equipment together. So beyond the DTA, the next one we're going to talk about is our GSP-10. And here you see some screenshots of some folks potentially talking on there. The one on the left, the gentleman in the black shirt would be the gentleman that you're talking to. You would be the person in kind of the upper right hand there with the white hat and white shirt on. That's just so you can see what you're sending, what you're sending for images to the other party. The screen on the right there with the kind of the four-way going on, that would be like a four-way conference call. So if you had yourself and three other parties or three other folks connected via a video chat, that's kind of what it would look like. So with that, jump into the GSP-10. What is it? Well, it's an exclusive video soft phone that runs on Windows or a Mac computer. Simply put, it's a computer program we give you that lets you make and receive phone calls right from your computer. In terms of the name, just so you kind of wear a little background, GSP just stands for Global Links Soft Phone, and the 10 relates to 10 advanced features that we kind of tout with the software. Again, it's a software program that runs on your computer. It lets you make both audio calls or video calls right from your computer. I'm actually calling into this webinar on my GSP-10 right now. Some interesting points, you can make calls to anybody, anywhere in the world, not just other Global Links customers, which we'll talk about in a little bit, does definitely set us off and quite a differentiator from a lot of our competition. You can make some voice calls to anybody you want to, cell phone, landline, another soft client, whatever it may be. Video calls work with any other Global Links video users anywhere in the world. And there's no charge for the equipment or the download. It's a free download, and you get that with, once you have a DTA with us in our premium calling plan, you can select this if you want as your side-on or your add-on soft client. Again, no additional charge for that. These are the 10 advanced features I was talking about that really set our soft client apart from really anybody else out there in the industry. HD video is available. We offer video voicemail. So when you call somebody and you, instead of just leaving a plain voice message, you can actually leave a video clip for them on their other end. So when they receive that as a voicemail, they can actually watch it and not only hear you, but see you as well. So pretty cool. This one's just kind of a bunch thrown together. Our included Global Links calling features. It's all of our call forwarding, a whole bunch of other premium features we'll talk about in a little bit. Four-way conference calling is very cool. Call recordings, you can actually record a call, go back and play it later from your computer. We offer E911 enhanced 911 emergency calling, so it's very important if we ever do need to dispatch somebody to you, something that we offer, so that's it comes with Global Links as well. Unlimited calling plans, you'll see in a couple minutes, very, very simple, easy to understand pricing. Again, no equipment costs. You can download this absolutely for free and be up and running using it. It's portable and mobile. Again, anywhere you take Global Links, take it anywhere in the world, plug in the internet, and you're off and running. So for example, I'm on my laptop right now. I can take my laptop with me wherever I travel to, plug it in, give it power, give it internet, and I'm off and running. So it's very, very portable and mobile. Lastly, but obviously not least, is our, again, award-winning customer care and technical support. A lot of other soft client companies don't offer this, so this really is a huge benefit. I guess you don't really know how great customer care is or tech support is until you need them, but you can, if you've ever had to try to troubleshoot something on your own, just something technical like this, it's one of those things you'll definitely wish that you had customer care behind you. So again, these are just kind of 10 of the advanced features that again really separates the GSP-10 off from apart from everything else really out there in the industry right now. So the next app or piece of equipment we're going to talk about is our GMV or Global Links mobile video applications. And these are apps that work on either Android or Apple devices, so iPads, iPhones, iPod Touches, or a whole slew of Android devices out there, both phones and tablets. So as you can see here, these are a couple screenshots from folks making a video call, back and forth to each other. Again, GMV stands for Global Links Mobile Video. These are free apps that you can download to your phone or to your tablet, iPad, iPod, any of the Android tablets out there. these are the apps you would use. Again, very, very similar to the GSP-10. It allows you to make and receive both voice calls to anybody in the world or video calls to any other GlobalLinks video customer. A couple benefits here. It can help you reduce your cellular expenses, especially if you're traveling, let's say international, or traveling somewhere where you might be roaming on another carrier's network. You could use this to make those calls instead. Again, reduced international charges. Also helps you if you're in an area where cellular coverage is not good, but Wi-Fi is available. So for example, I know sometimes when I'm walking around the building here, my cell phone doesn't get great reception in the warehouse, but I do know that I can always flip over. There's Wi-Fi back there. So if I need to make a call, I can always do so from my, from my GMV on my phone. So again, in terms of voice calls, you can call anybody you want to in the world from this app, whether it's a landline, cell phone, does not matter. You can call whoever you want to from it. Again, that's for voice calls. For video calls, you can call any other GlobalLinks video customer, whether they're on a GSP-10 or GMV or one of our legacy video phones. They're all video compatible with each other. As I mentioned, there's the apps do run on Android or Apple devices. And at the bottom there you see some of the minimums. Really for iOS devices, they need iOS 5 or higher, which is a couple years old. So any new devices coming out, it'll work with. And then any legacy ones back, a couple years. Just to make sure I'm painting a clear picture, so let me just kind of reiterate and cover the equipment again real briefly. So we've got our home phone replacement. That's our DTA. Okay, that was the Grandstream HT701. So that's our lead-in. That's really what we're talking about with customers. These two apps, the GMV or the GSP-10, these are just add-ons that they can get. If they get home phone service with us, this will be their second line that we'll give them. Okay. Again, for all intents and purposes, the GSP-10 and GMV are pretty much the same thing. The only difference is what type of equipment they run on. Again, the GSP-10, if you're talking computers, you're talking GSP-10. If you're talking mobile device or tablet, then it would be the GMV. Again, they're really the same thing. They just work on different pieces of equipment. So now we'll talk about how do we get one of these. So again, DTA is our leading product. That's really what we're focused on, and that's really what we're promoting and pushing to customers. So when a customer signs up for our DTA, that HT701 with our premium calling plan, that's going to be their home phone service. They're going to have that. If they decide they want this soft client, either on their mobile phone or on their computer, they're going to go to their control panel, which again we'll cover in a little bit here. They're going to go to the control panel, log in, and they're going to pick whether they want a GMV or GSP-10. You can only get one per per DTA or per premium plan. So they're going to select which piece they want to use it on, or which piece of equipment they want to use it on their mobile device or on their computer, and they're going to pick a phone number. Now, from here it varies a little bit depending on which one you go with. In either case, you're going to receive a welcome email from us with some instructions to get it set up. It's going to have your username and password in there, which you would need in either case. If you select GSP-10, in that welcome email there are going to be some download links where you can download the software right to your computer. You can then log in with the information in that welcome email, and you're off and running. If you selected a GMV, you're going to want to go to the iTunes or the App Store, Apple App Store I should say, and download the app. Or if you have an Android device, go to the Google Play Store, download the app, and then log in with those credentials, the username and password that we include in the welcome email. All right? It's really easy to set up, guys. So once you get that welcome email from us, again, you're going to have username and password, install the software, whether it's from Apple or Android. Or if it's a GSP-10, it'll be right in that welcome email. Install the software, log in, and you're off and running. Okay, next. So we've talked about who we are, kind of what we do. We've talked about our equipment. Let's jump into our calling plans next. So with our calling plans, there's really three that we offer today. We've got our value plan, our premium, and then our internet, EFAX, we should say. So in terms of the plans, here's something I'll have, some generalizations. All of them have a monthly fee. They do include unlimited GlobalLinks to GlobalLinks calling worldwide. Very, very low international rates. Unfortunately, there's some regulatory, some government fees, basically taxes we have to put in there. We can't avoid those, unfortunately. 911 is included, and a whole slew of free calling features included with each one. So here are some of the basic features we include. A lot of companies, more and more are starting to include some of these. A lot of them still charge a la carte, maybe $2 for voicemail, maybe $2 for caller ID. Maybe they'll bundle a few of these together for $5 a month. Again, we're really set ourselves and pride ourselves on being the premier, the premium VoIP provider out there. So we just give you all the features for free. It's included. The plans are unlimited. Go use them all you want to. So again, these are all already included for free in our calling plans. Voicemail, caller ID, call waiting, three-way calling, call rejection. On the right side you see just a few of our call forwarding features, which are very, very cool. Selective ring, sequential ring, which we'll talk about in a couple minutes. Again, these are all included for free in the calling plan. You don't have to select them. They're just there if you want to use them. So the first plan here is our value plan. This gives users unlimited calls to both mobile and landline calling to the U.S., anywhere in the U.S., Canada, and Puerto Rico. Any place else you call internationally, you'd be billed at whatever the permanent rate is to that area. There's unlimited control panel web portal access. It's $14.95 per month. So that's the monthly fee, $14.95. Very, very inexpensive for calling to the U.S., Canada, and Puerto Rico. Great price. Again, $14.95 for you and the representatives. There's one non-qualifying customer point paid and a $2 monthly residual paid out as well. Okay. So the next plan, the one we really sell the most of, this is probably, I would say, 85 to 90% of our business on any given month. It's our premium plan. This includes unlimited calls to mobiles and landlines in the U.S., Canada, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, and a couple months ago we added India and China. So again, unlimited mobile and landline calling to all those areas. Plus, it includes unlimited landline calling to 75 other areas, countries, I should say, throughout the world. Again, you still have unlimited control panel and web portal access. This plan is $24.95 per month. And for rep compensation, you receive 2 qualifying customer points and a $4 monthly residual paid out. All right, so that's our premium plan. Here's a list of the countries included in our premium plan. You'll see most of them are listed in black. Those are the areas that only include landline calling. Any of the areas listed in red include both landline and mobile calling. Okay, so pretty big list. You don't have to obviously take these all down. They are all right on the website, so there won't be a quiz at the end on what countries are included for you. So we talked about the GSP-10 and the GMV earlier. Let's kind of talk about how that pricing looks and kind of what you're going to see. So again, any customer, and we get a lot of questions on this, which is why we're kind of covering again, or it may seem like we're being a little bit redundant here, so I apologize. But we're going to make sure everybody's clear on this. So any customer that signs up with GlobalLinks gets one of our DTAs, or that HT701 we talked about, with our premium plan, can get a GMV or GSP-10 for no additional cost. They don't have to. Not everybody does. Some people say, I'm not going to use it, and that's fine. Again, it's just something we offer. Again, setting ourselves up as that premier and premium provider. We do include it or do offer it to anybody who wants to take advantage of it. So if you're one of those folks, or if any of your customers want to get one of these soft clients, once they sign up and activate their service with us, they're going to go to their control panel, sign up for the service. Now they're going to pretty much pick if they want a GMV or GSP-10, and they're going to select their phone number. Right? We talked about that. Download the app or software to their computer or to their mobile device, again, whichever they've selected. And then they're just going to log in with the information in the welcome letter we send them. Now this plan, the one that goes in the soft client, does include unlimited calls to any of the GlobalLinks customers anywhere in the world. It also includes unlimited calls, both mobile and landline, to anywhere in the U.S., Canada, Puerto Rico, and U.S. Virgin Islands. Now, again, if you're going to call somebody not in one of those 4 areas, let's say I'm going to call somebody in the U.K., for example, I would pay whatever the permanent rate is to call that number in the U.K. Okay? Okay, so let me explain how the pricing looks. So due to some regulatory reasons, in a perfect world, we'd say it's $24.95. That second line is free. No problem. You're off and running. Due to some regulatory concerns, we actually could not price it like that. So the net cost will still be $24.95 per month, but the way it breaks out on the bill is going to look a little bit different. So I'm going to cover that to help avoid any confusion there. So when you first sign up for service with us, with your premium plan, with your DTA, you're going to pay $24.95 per month. If after the fact you do come in and you say, yep, I want a GSP-10 or I want a GMV, your net cost will still be $24.95 per month. But what we do is we have to break that up. So your premium plan drops, when you sign up for that soft client with us, your premium plan drops to $15 per month, and then we add on a second line for $9.95, which is a soft client. So initially you were paying $24.95 for one line. After you add the soft client on, you're going to pay $15 for one and $9.95 for the second. Your net cost is still $24.95. Again, due to some regulatory compliance concerns that we had, our legal department had, we had to break up that charge at $24.95 over the cost of both lines. Both do include 911, those calling features we talked about. And again, your net cost still ends up being $24.95 per month for you. It's still a great deal, great value. But again, once you add that second line, that soft client, you're going to see it broken up into two separate charges. So rather than one for $24.95, you'll see two for $15 and $9.95 on the monthly bills. Okay, so the next thing we'll talk about, and this is really more of an add-on. This isn't a standalone type plan. This isn't one you're going to sell a whole lot. We do have some customers that are still faxing, and this e-faxing solution makes it really, really simple and provides a lot of cool benefits for our customers. So it's something we decided to develop a couple years ago, and we push it out there. So pretty much what it is it lets you fax as easy as sending or receiving an email. So you don't need a fax machine, one of those big old clunky fax machines at your house anymore. It's as easy as sending an email. So if someone, you'll get a number assigned to you. Let's say the example I have here is 585-555-1212. If someone was to send you a fax, they would send it as they normally would right to that fax number. You will receive that incoming fax as an email. It'll come as an email, and whatever was faxed to you would just be a PDF attachment. Okay, so pretty cool. Just any other email you would get, it would come to you. It'd be an attachment, whatever was faxed. From here, you can decide to print it. If it's a spam fax, delete it, get rid of it. Also something cool there is that, one, you're kind of going green, reducing your carbon footprint because you don't have to print out every single fax that comes in, maybe something you look at and then get rid of. Also, because it comes in email form to you, makes it very, very simple to manage, to save those. So you can save every fax you've ever received. I recommend just creating another folder in Outlook or whatever email program you use, drag and drop or move all those faxes to that folder. Then you have them stored there pretty much forever for you. So very, very cool. Those are incoming faxes. Now, people say, well, how can I send an outgoing fax? Again, you're sending it just like an email. So instead of sending it to, Joe Smith at yahoo.com, let's say, as an email address, in this case, you're going to put a 1. So in the subject line, it would be the number 1, the customer's fax number or the other person's fax number at efaxsend.com. So again, for the example, if I was going to send to that number 585-555-1212, I would open up an email. I use Outlook typically. Open up an email in the subject, in the to field, I would put, instead of, again, Joe Smith at yahoo.com, I would put 1-585-555-1212 at efaxsend.com. And then whatever I want to fax, I would attach to the email as an attachment, just like you were going to send, if you want to send a picture to somebody in an email or a Word document or something like that, you do the exact same thing. We pretty much, once you send that email, we take it, we digitally do some magic behind the scenes, and it comes out on the other end on your friend's fax machine, or maybe they have eFax as well. It'll come out on their end as a fax, and very, very simple and clean. Again, it's literally as easy as sending or receiving an email, and a lot of cool features that kind of come from it. As again, you don't have to have a fax machine. You're not printing out every every fax. You can print out the ones you want to, and again, it makes them very, very easy to store without having to have a filing cabinet full of all your old faxes laying around. So in terms of the plans, we offer 2 different versions. There's one with a local number. So if I want to pick a local number to Rochester here, 585 number, that would cost me $4.95 per month. We do also offer toll-free numbers for an extra $1 per month, so $5.95 per month if I want to have a toll-free eFax number. There's a one-time $4.95 activation fee. The monthly plans do include 50 pages in or out, which typically if you're faxing from your home, people typically aren't doing that much, so that's usually not too bad. If you do go over that 50 in any given month, there's 7 cents per page. We don't at this point allow faxing to international destinations. So at this point it would be pretty much domestic only for the faxing. Customers, if you guys are interested in getting this yourself or your customers are, It is an option when they're going through the sign-up process. So when they're picking their DTA, they can pick this as an add-on if they want to, or if it's after the fact, they can, again, log into the control panel and select this as an add-on option. And in terms of compensation for the field, there's no customer points, no residual paid with this. This is more of just kind of a friendly add-on for some people that wanted to fax. For those of you who don't know, faxing over voice over IP is kind of hit or miss. So we want to roll out with this so it's much more secure, works much better than faxing over voice over IP. It's kind of more of almost a defensive product for us for anybody who does want to fax. All right, so that's our eFax or Internet Faxing product. We do also have one other add-on. It's our Philippines 500. And again, this is an add-on you could attach to either your premium or value plan. $15 per month, and includes 500 minutes of calls to any landlines or mobile destinations in the Philippines. This one includes all carriers, Smart, Globe, whatever mobile providers they have there. Again, as I said, you can add this to any one of the plans, or any one of the premium or value plans, that is. And something to kind of note here is that our package does include calls to Smart, to Globe, to the landline providers there, pretty much everybody. A lot of the competition that touts maybe a lower per minute rate or seemingly a lower per minute rate, typically they only have maybe one carrier or they don't cover everybody. We'll leave it at that. So I know one of our friends who's got a pretty aggressive calling plan to the Philippines. They they charge a little bit, I think they give you a few more minutes per month for about the same cost when you combine everything together, but they only include calling to Globe, which is one of the providers there. So again, we're trying to set ourselves up as the premier provider, the premium provider, so we give you access to all the carriers over there. All right. Some of the other premium features we throw in there, we've got great video quality. It's HD video quality, as high def as you can get based upon your internet connection. If you don't have enough bandwidth, the quality will drop down a little bit. Just like if you're downloading a video, the better internet connection you have, the better quality you're going to see. Same thing with us. A lot of forwarding features, and one of the ones I threw on here is our out-of-service forwarding. So if for some reason the internet's down or the dog comes through and kicks a cord out or something, if your service is ever out of service and somebody was to call you, typically you would just get a busy signal. No one would answer. It would go right to voicemail. With us, if you set this up, if somebody was to call, let's say, your home phone and it's out of service for whatever reason, this will automatically forward it to whatever number you select. So typically, like what I do with mine, I have it forwarded to my cell phone. So if I start getting a ton of calls on my cell phone, people may wonder, hey, how come I called your home phone? How come you picked up on your cell phone? I don't know, something's wrong with my DTA, or the power's out, or internet's down, something like that. So again, that's just one of the forwarding functions, but that one's pretty cool. Makes sure you never miss a phone call. Again, device mobility, take it anywhere in the world, plug it in, give it internet, give it power, you're off and running. Free Global Links to Global Links calling worldwide, and again, our world-class, Gold Stevie award-winning customer care. Another one we mentioned here is our video voicemail. This one's pretty cool for any of our video clients if you're working with our GSP10 or our GMV. So when someone is, let's say I'm calling my friend Steve. So when I call Steve, if he doesn't answer and it goes to voicemail and I'm calling his GSP10 or GMV, he can leave a video greeting. So not only, I won't just hear, hey, this is Steve, I'm not here right now, leave a message. I'll hear, I'll hear and see Steve maybe jump around the screen, playing with his kids, whatever he wants to leave for a video message. So that's pretty cool for me when I'm calling him. Now, on the flip side of that, when I leave him a message, I don't have to leave just a plain voice message. I can leave him a video clip too of what's going on. Hey, buddy, wish you were here. Got the game on TV right now. Wish you were over to watch it with me. Something along those lines. So again, it's a cool kind of value-added feature. So rather than just having voice messages go back and forth, you can actually leave and receive video message. Pretty cool. Okay, so next we've talked about a lot of features. We've talked about plans, talked about devices. Let's jump into the control panel. So we'll talk about kind of what is the control panel, why in the world would anybody want to go there, and what can you do in the control panel. Well, the control panel is actually our interface, or customer's interface, where they can update some stuff on their account, they can see some features, or enable some features, or disable features, and really manage their account. All right. So to go to the control panel, you're going to go to globalinks.com. In the upper right hand, you'll see it's kind of highlighted here. It's actually at the bottom of the screen, highlighted with that yellow arrow. You'll see the control panel login. Click that button, and you'll be asked to enter your username, which is your 10-digit GlobalLinks phone number, and your password, which you select when you designate your number, or I'm sorry, you designate your password when you sign up with GlobalLinks. So put in your username and password, and it'll take you into the control panel. There's a couple of functions here you'll see listed. Any billing information you can update, make a payment, add features or disable features. You can change your account settings, and there's a million of them in there to play with. Make 911 updates. So let's say I was to move. You don't have to call GlobalLinks to let us know. You can just log in here and change your 911 address, so we can send emergency services to the correct address if needed. You can do it all right here in the portal. And again, there's a ton of configurable features you can change or play with in here. So when you first log in, this is kind of the top page of what you're looking at. You'll see I highlighted two boxes, the yellow and the green. The green one at the bottom, now this one's going to vary a little bit depending on what types of services you have with us. So for example, you'll see the third button over there is download GSP, GSP 10. Well, I already have a GSP 10 on my account, so it knows I have it, so it's already here. There's nothing else I can add to this account. This is my internal kind of demo, dummy test account, if you will. I already have everything I can add to it, so there's not an add, the Philippines add-on or add eFax to it. I already have all of it on my account. Okay, so again, this may vary a little bit depending on what types of services you have with us. As you can see left to right, you can check your billing statements. You can update your credit card. Again, download any soft clients. Caller names, you can adjust your name. So let's say instead of being J. Craw, let's say on my caller ID, I want it to be Jason Craw or Craw Family or something like that. I can go in there and update that using that caller name function right there. It's getting pretty cool. Now, the upper right hand, kind of that orange box or orange rectangle, you'll see Web Portal, which we'll talk about in a second. Next one over is Passwords. So if you decide that you don't want the kids playing in the control panel here, messing with your phone service, you can change your password. You can reset your voicemail password if you forget it for whatever reason. Again, you click that and you'll reset your voicemail password. You can update your 911 address. So again, if you were to move, if you're taking your device on vacation down to Shikati for the week, and you want to bring your DTA with you or your soft client with you, you can update that. Again, in case we ever need to get emergency services to you, we want to have the right address on file to do so. Okay, so on this, so again, back to that web portal, that top icon in the upper left hand, I guess, right next to the GlobalLinks logo there. If you were to click that web portal icon, this is where you're going to really configure and change your services. Now, this portal you're looking at here, this control panel as we call it, is more for the service, right? You're updating 911, you're changing your credit card, you're looking at billing statements, but nothing specific to your service. If you click that web portal button on there, it's going to take you to what we call it CAM internally. It's our Customer Account Management. This is another cool interface within that control panel that lets you add or change features, functionality, set up your call treatments, which we will talk about a little bit here, such as sequential ring or simultaneous ring. Now, to me, these are some of the coolest functions that we have. I think they're great. So we'll talk about sequential ring real quick. Sequential ring says if someone was to call my home on my DTA and I'm not there to answer it for whatever reason, rather than having going right to voicemail, I can have it forwarded to, let's say, 3 different numbers, right? So if it's going to be sequential, I can say it'll go in order through those 3 different numbers. So I may set up the call. If someone calls my DTA and I don't answer, it'll forward to, let's say, my wife's cell phone first. If she doesn't answer, it would then sequentially go to the next number in line, which would be, let's say, my cell phone. If I don't answer, it would then go to, let's say, my wife's or maybe my desk phone, let's say. So it'll sequentially go through whatever numbers I put in there. I think you can put it up to 5, I believe, is the limit. It'll go through each one of those one at a time until somebody answers. If nobody answers after all those are done, it would just eventually go to voicemail. So that's really cool. Now, what if you say, well, I don't want it to hit each one individually. I want it to go to all of them at once. I want to blast all 3 numbers so somebody can pick up as quickly as possible. That's what simultaneous ring would do. So in that case, if someone was to call my DTA at my house and I wasn't there to answer, rather than having go right to voicemail, it would call my cell phone, let's say my wife's cell phone, and my desk phone all at once. And, and the first one to pick up would get the call. Again, there's a host of forwarding functionality in here that you can play with and check out. And those, to me, those are 2 of the coolest and really a pretty easy talking point to talk to your customers about to ensure they never miss a phone call. Generically, there's call forwarding on here. So let's say you go, well, I'm going to be out of town for the week. I'm going to be at the next national event. I'm going on vacation. I'm not going to bring my DTA with me, but I don't want to miss a phone call. You can simply set up call forwarding where any call that comes in will go to your cell phone wherever you want it to. That's just a little bit more basic. Again, out of service forwarding we mentioned, so if for some reason your DTA is down, if the internet's down for whatever reason, you won't miss those calls. They'll automatically go to whatever numbers you specify. Do not disturb is cool. We tend to sound sometimes at nighttime, or if we're watching a movie or something and really don't want to be disturbed. This will ensure that any call that comes in will automatically go right to voicemail. All right. So again, a ton of call treatments you can go in there, play with, and really, really customize your account. Something else here is voicemail messages to your email. If someone leaves a voicemail for you on your DTA, you can actually receive it. It will be sent to you as an email. You can open it up from your phone or from your computer and play it, so you'll get that message pretty much real time when it comes in. Again, a whole bunch of other stuff, and really a ton of stuff you can do in here. I won't take up too much time on it, but I recommend going here and checking it out and seeing what you can do with your account. Maybe you'll find something you'll like that'll make your GlobalLinks account something you'll enjoy and get even more use out of. So again, if you were to click that button, this is kind of what it would look like. This is one of the screens in here. A really clean, simple to use, easy interface. So you'll see some of these incoming calls. For example, maybe the fourth line down, you see call forwarding always or call forwarding busy. Again, those are some of the call forwarding functions that you'll start to see on the screen. Again, really easy to use. You can hover over anything. You'll see in that top picture up there, I hovered over something and I get the description of what that service is. It says automatically forward your calls to a different phone number when your phone is unreachable. So again, that just tells you, what it is. So if you go, man, there's 10 forwarding options in here, which one should I use? You can kind of hover over it and it'll tell you which one to use. So let's say you decide on that call forwarding not reachable is the one you want to use. That's the forwarding function you want to turn on right now. You would just toggle, clicking the button on or off if you're turning it on or turning it off. Obviously, in this case, we're going to turn it on. So click on. In that box to the right, put the phone number in. You see I put in 585-359-2922. And then there'll be a save button. Simple, and it's done real time. So literally, if I go in there, click on, put the phone number in and save, I could call 2 seconds later, and that call would be treated as I just requested the system to be forwarded in this case. So again, very, very simple to use. I got to say, of all the systems we have here on Mobi, on GlobalLinks, the FireLink side of the house, this is the one that's the most, in my opinion, the most underutilized. There's so much to do in here, and really, you don't have to know everything about it. Just know it's in here, play around with a little bit, and this really helps you create a story to tell your other customers, hey, listen, we went to, went down to Chincoteague last week, on vacation. I went to Florida, wherever you may go. We were gone all week. We didn't miss a single call. Everybody who called our home just got forwarded right to us. It was great. Or, the dog came by and knocked out the power, but we still didn't miss a call. All right. So, again, some really, really cool functionality that you and your customers can really get a lot of use of in here. So we're kind of getting close to the end here. We'll talk about kind of the basic solutions, and this is really, what you have kind of in a nutshell to offer your customers. So if someone's just looking for a home phone, they say, yep, I'm one of the just over 60% of Americans still has a phone in their home, the DTA is the way to go. All right, it's the HC701, $14.95 for the equipment. They're going to take a plan of either $14.95 for a value plan, $24.95 for a premium plan, and really it's based upon their international usage. If they never call internationally, then the basic of the value plan is probably the way to go. If they do call internationally and they rack up some bills to the UK or one of those included countries, then the premium plan is the way to go. All right, so that's really up to them. That's, again, the basic lead-in. You have a home phone. Well, let me save you some money. Our plan starts at $14.95 per month. You're probably paying $50 now. Start a conversation from there. Now, after they have our DTA, if they decide they do want a video client, maybe they do want a second line. If they're looking, and this is really as bare bones as it gets, if they're looking to add a line they want to call from their computer because they travel quite a bit for work, want to call home, whatever, the GSV10 is the way to go. If they're looking to add it on their mobile device or on their tablet, then the GMB is the way to go. Sometimes it's just a question, hey, do you ever call from your computer? Would it be nice to have a client to call from your mobile device or a second number from your mobile device? A great way to do it. And again, these are not no additional charge. It's still $24.95 with our premium plan, but it gives them a separate number, a second line, a lot of added features and functionality they may not have and probably don't have with, let's say, their cellular carrier or on the computer today. So again, just another value add. They don't have to get it, but something that we do offer for them. All right, so let's talk about GlobalLinks versus the competition. Now, these are some of the basic plans offered from the landline providers. We're going to compare them against our highest plan, our $24.95 plan, our premium, which again includes calling to 75 countries around the world, all those features we talked about. So $25, we'll say $24.95. Verizon, their Freedom Essentials plan is $59.99 per month. That only includes calls to the U.S., Canada, and Puerto Rico. So we offer 75 countries, for just under half the price, for $25, let's say, and they're charging $60 for it. AT&T has their AT&T Unlimited Plan Plus for $32.99. This plan only includes calls in the U.S., so we include a whole nother 75 countries plus, and a little bit more actually, for less money per month, for what's about $7, $8 per month less. Another one here, CenturyLink. They've just got a CenturyLink Unlimited. Their plan is $45 per month, and that only includes U.S. calling as well. So for $20 less per month, we're going to give them unlimited calling in 75 countries, plus a whole host of features that these guys don't include for free. So again, you're going to be saving your customers money. Again, some people are cutting the cord. I get it. Just over 60% of Americans still have, or households in the U.S. I should say, still have a home phone. For anybody that does, GlobalLinks is the way to go. Saving them money, giving them a whole lot more than they had before. So, still a great value, great offer for them. Now, on the soft client side, some people say, well, why would I use GlobalLinks? I use Skype. Well, again, if they have home phone service with us, with our DTA, we're saving them money. Plus, we have a lot of added benefits that some of our, we'll say, free competitors out there, the customers say, well, I use Skype for free, or I use Tango for free, or FaceTime for free. This isn't something you can really sell against. This is just more kind of knowledge for you. If somebody says, well, I use Skype, I don't need your soft client. Well, here are some reasons why you may want to try our GSP10 or GMV over Skype or over Tango or FaceTime. So the first one we'll talk about is Skype. Again, this is comparing our soft clients, our GSP10 or GMV against these competitors. So against Skype, the free service doesn't give you off-net calls. So if I can call Skype to Skype for free, but if I want to call a cell phone or a landline anywhere in the world or even next door, it's not free. They start charging you per minute, or you have to get a calling plan with them. So again, it's not free anymore, where we can call whoever you want to with it. Video sessions, multiple video sessions, I should say, are not included with their plan, with their normal standard Skype. It requires a $9.95, their premium plan, or $9.99 rather, their premium plan. 911 service, emergency services, just plain not available. They're pretty blunt on their site, saying it's not something they offer, so they can't even offer it. Video voicemail, not available again with their free service. You have to pay that $9.99, that we'll call it $10 per month for their premium plan. Voice support. Now this is huge. They don't have customer care you can call into and say, hey, my service is down, my software won't install, my whatever the problem may be. They don't have it. There's again with the premium, as you can see, they're really pushing that premium service. There's a chat service they have available, but if you don't want to pay that, if you're talking the free service, then you're kind of sifting through FAQs and kind of a self-help type thing. So for people that are more super technical, that may work, it may be fine, but for other folks that aren't, I know me personally, much more convenient just to give somebody a quick call and say, hey, I'm having this problem. They can log in, fix it, help me troubleshoot it, and get me up and running. So again, there's some basics, some improvements, or where some areas where the soft clients of GlobalLinks are better than what you get through Skype, or with Skype, I should say. FaceTime. So FaceTime's the app used on Apple devices, and some kind of downsides or upsides if you're looking on the GlobalLink side of it. You can't call anybody who's not a FaceTime user, which means it limits these to Apple devices. So I couldn't call an Android device using FaceTime. It's an Apple protocol, protocol, I guess. So you can only call other Apple products. You can't call cell phones, can't call landlines. There's not a unique number for anybody else to call you. So if I had, let's say, a cell phone, I wanted to give you a call, unless it's another Apple phone, I can't call you with it. So it's just kind of limited to who you can reach out to. Customer support's kind of hit or miss. They will help you. Apple does overall have great customer care, but they don't really do a whole lot of support for FaceTime. So there is Apple support or Apple customer care, but their FaceTime support is kind of minimal. So that one maybe is a little misleading there. Also, no 911 service. So if you're calling, let's say you have this installed on an iPod, for us with GlobalLinks you can get, we do offer 911 service. FaceTime simply does not work. You can't call 911 from your FaceTime app. Another one out there is free. So Fring's another free service if you've never heard of it before. You can call Fring to Fring for free, so it's very, very similar to Skype in that regard. But if you want to call anybody who's not a Fring user, you have to use their Fring out, they call it, which you're paying per minute for. So again, it's not a free service. In terms of different platforms that it runs on, Fring only works on mobile devices today. They don't have it for computers, so they don't have the GSP10 equivalent. There's no live customer support. Again, no live phone number or unique phone number for incoming calls, no 911, and they don't allow the premium or toll-free numbers. Okay, so again, you'll see a lot of these kind of popping up with the free services that they don't offer because there's a cost involved with it. Again, GlobalLinks, again, the premier provider, the premium provider, if you will, we're trying to set ourselves apart by giving you everything up front and letting you use it as you see fit, where a lot of these guys are more stripped-down offerings a little bit. Another one here is Tango. So again, this one, you can't call anybody who's not a Tango user. You can't call a cell phone or landline or another number with Tango. Only Tango or Tango users. These guys are really big on the social media piece. So you'll see they sell a lot of games, these surprises, which are they can hit a button and you'll see this kind of cartoon animation go on in the background. That's how they're kind of trying to make money at this point. A couple other things, they're not supported on Mac, so if you have a Mac computer, you're out of luck, you can't get Tango. Again, no live customer support, no 911, no unique numbers for incoming calls. And as I mentioned, this is kind of how they're trying to make money at this point, is selling surprises and games and things and trying to grow a subscriber base that way. So kind of a quick overview of what we just talked about with the competition. To be blunt, those peer-to-peer services don't make money. Microsoft purchased Skype a couple years ago for a whole ton of money. Not because Skype is making money by any means, but they're actually trying to, they pretty much bought their subscriber base and trying to integrate Skype into some of their products, like the Xbox One, for example. So all those Skype users who have an Xbox One, hey, use this instead. Use this as another way to access your Skype account, and they're going to try to start to monetize that as they go on. You can't lose money forever. Some of the other companies like Tango is trying some more creative ways, if you will, to monetize. Again, selling those games, selling those other apps within the software. They've got to make money somewhere. You can't make money on free. They've had to pay to develop apps, develop the infrastructure on the back end. Even support going on. Continue down the road with the support. So they've got to start to make money somewhere. You're going to lose money for so long before you go out of business. So again, they're going to start to monetize those bases, or at least try to. The ones that are successful stay around. The ones that aren't, you may not hear from them in a couple of years. Again, so they're kind of bare bones. We're more that premium, unlimited, feature-rich provider. Okay, and that's really our differentiator from those guys. As you can see, those are the main ones out there. None of them can match up with us with what we offer. And again, we included for free with our home phone service. Again, call anybody, mobile, landline, worldwide. We've got the customer care, all those features and functionality we talked about. There really is a whole lot there to offer you and your customers. Some basic tips here. So let me tell you that, again, right around 60% of the U.S. Households still has a home phone. So there is still a huge marketplace out there for GlobalLinks, okay, for the home phone service. The people that are cutting the cords and going mobile only, we've got Mobi, there's other products out there for that. But again, 60% of the U.S., a pretty big market, still has a home phone. Many of those people do have a broadband connection. So the offer, or the potential for you is still huge with this. Okay, you're not selling rocket science or voodoo or anything. It's pretty straightforward. It's home phone service. Instead of coming in over a copper phone line, plug this cool little box in the internet, plug your phone in, and you're off and running. We're saving you a ton of money per month. Okay. Another tip: use your services. We get a lot of people that get GlobalLinks because they're a new rep. They come into the business. And they purchase GlobalLinks, and then we see the usage on the back, and we know how many minutes you're using, who you're calling, and a lot of people just don't use their service enough. Use your services. Go to that control panel we talked about, and try out some of those features. Enable some of that call forwarding. Enable that sequential ring or selective ring or something. It gives you a great story to tell your customers about. It ensures you've been in your control panel and you're using it. Get your downline in there as well. And again, really use the services. We make them unlimited, so you're not going to have all the incremental charges for every little thing that you do. We want you to use the services. Go in there and use them. Also, for anybody who's big into social media, whether you're on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, follow us, like us. I don't know what they call it anymore, quite honestly. But we're on all the social media sites. definitely follow us, like us, get with us online. We post updates, promos, cool announcements sometimes on there. So, definitely follow us on all those sites. So again, I think we're getting towards the very, very end here. Some quick updates. So again, a few months ago, 6 months or more ago, really refocus on the residential market. The GSP10 and GMV were kind of blurring the lines a little bit with Skype and those other competitors out there, really having a tough time, trying to sell against those. So rather than sell against them, we said, okay, let's not fight against them. Let's focus on the residential market, which is really where most folks are going to be using their services. Get rid of the GMV and GSP10 as those primary services, and just include them for the same price with their premium plan. So again, get the DCA, get the premium plan if you want one of those soft clients thrown in there. $24.95 per month, get the 2 lines, all the features, and you're off and running. Okay, it makes it very, very simple for you. Also, a couple months ago, we released, maybe 2 months ago, our HT701 DTA, which again is $14.95, that home phone replacement. It's a little bit lower cost. I think our last DTA was $30 up front. This one's only $14.95, so it reduces that upfront cost for your customers, or you or your customers, I should say. So again, saving a little bit more money up front. Our premium plan, something we added again a few months ago, was India and China. We now include mobile calls to India and China in our premium calling plan, which we didn't before. So that's a few billion people literally that you can now call. There's always new versions and updates coming to the GMV and GSP10, so download those when they're available. There's usually new features, functionality. Maybe they're meant to improve performance on certain devices or on certain screen sizes or something. So there's always updates coming there. The last one here, we've got a group of engineers, a team of engineers that are always working, say around the clock, but working quite a bit to make sure that our network is, the best of the best. Again, we work on the, I call it the Bentley, if you will, of networks. That's our BroadWorks platform. We've got the best there is. We've got a great team of engineers here, and they're always working optimizations and improving things and upgrading things to ensure you guys have the best quality both for yourself and for your customers. So a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that to make sure you have the best products both for you to use and for you to sell to your customers. So last slide here. So if you have questions, as I mentioned, definitely follow us, like us, whatever they call it again, depending on the site you're on. Twitter.com/GlobalLinksHelp, Facebook.com/GlobalLinks. You can always ask questions through there, comments, tell us how great your service is. Yeah, a lot of stuff goes on those pages, so definitely follow us or like us if you're on any of those pages. A lot of stuff can probably be answered right through your personal website. So if you go, man, what is the cost to call to Mexico? Go to your personal website, go under Global Links. There's an international rates tab there, for example. Find Mexico, and they'll tell you what the rate is to call there. So a lot of information can be found right on your personal website. And lastly, if you have a question you haven't been able to find, you can give customer care a call. Again, award-winning, always more than willing to help you out. So feel free to give them a call anytime, kind of as needed. So with that, I think I've taken up just about an hour of your time tonight. So I do sincerely, tremendously appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy schedules. Hopefully you picked up a few things tonight. I know these webinars will be posted, I think, in the either in the virtual office or in the university, I believe, later. So they will be posted if you want to go back and rewatch it later if you missed something. Again, thank you so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Again, hopefully you picked up a few things that will help you grow your business and take you guys to the next level. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Again, thanks, guys, and enjoy the rest of the summer, and hopefully we'll see you in a couple months in Las Vegas. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great night.